Ladies and gentlemen, it's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area SportsTalk channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. The San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 58 unfortunately come up just short, losing in overtime 25-22 against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a very tough Super Bowl loss. When you look at, look, the Niners, they played well in this game. The defense played very well in the first half. But when it came down to when it mattered most, the last two drives for the Kansas City Chiefs ending in touchdowns, and that elusive 13 play, 75-yard drive, which ended it in overtime in the game-winning touchdown going to Hardman Jr. On first and goal. And just tough. A tough way to lose this Super Bowl. This Niners team, look, the goal is to win a Super Bowl. That's your goal. It takes a lot of hard work just to get to the Super Bowl, and you got to win a lot of big games to put yourself in this position. And look, the Niners, they are hungry. They are ready to work as hard as possible to get back to this stage, and very confident that this group can get back here and get that elusive Super Bowl win. But look, this is frustrating. You had opportunities in this game. Brock Purdy played very well. He played well enough to win in this game, and for his first Super Bowl, you're really happy with how he played. The stat line, he passed for 255 yards, completing 23 of 38 passes, one touchdown, no interceptions. So really key there. Not turning the ball over, taking care of the football, and he made big time throws and fit the football in tight windows. And his smart decision making was very impressive. So look, you're happy with how Purdy played in this game, and unfortunately, though, in the second half, the Niners defense, look, they stopped Kansas City in the first half, but Chiefs, you give them credit. They made adjustments. Travis Kelce, they got him involved in the second half. What's going on, Greg Dayton? Yeah, I'm with you. It's tough. Look, the Niners, since I've been grown up watching 49ers football, I have now endured 4 NFC championship game losses and now 3 Super Bowl losses. So, from my perspective, having not, been there to see those 5 Super Bowl wins, it just feels like that this game is just so hard to win. And look, we're going to continue to work hard and search in that elusive 6th Lombardi. And look, you hope that this next year is going to be the year, because look, we have the team to compete for Super Bowls for years to come, and that's what's exciting about this group. And even though we came up short in this year's Super Bowl, we still got a great opportunity in these next several years. So looking forward to it. And look, right now we move forward. We're looking forward to next season. The Niners have a lot of draft picks coming up in this year's draft. So that is going to be key because in prior years, as we know from the Trey Lance trade, having traded 3 first-round picks, it's going to feel great that this year, we will have our first-round pick, and we'll have, I believe, a total I don't know the exact number, somewhere between 11 to 14 picks, and so really key there to add to this group and via free agency as well. So look, this is going to be fun to get back at this next year, and before we know it, the season is going to be here. So looking forward to it. What's going on, Bobby? Congrats on the Super Bowl win to the Chiefs fans out there, and prayers and thoughts for everyone in Kansas City for the events that unfolded at the parade yesterday. Keeping them in our thoughts and prayers. Welcome in, everyone. Look, I wish we were here breaking down a Niners Super Bowl win, and going into this game, the confidence, the way that we had been feeling. Look, we felt like that this was our game, and being how the first half went, you felt good holding this potent Chiefs offense to just 3 points in the first half, and you felt confident the Niners defense was going to continue to play well. Look, the Dre Greenlaw injury was just horrible to watch. Just really unfortunate, and prayers on a speedy recovery for Dre Greenlaw. But when he went out of the game, you could see the loss on the field, because the Chiefs, they started getting Kelsey involved, and that middle of the field there were some holes opening up. And just unfortunate. I mean, you work so hard to get to this point, and you get so close, and look, you play well enough to win in this game, do a lot of things right, and because you going against Patrick Mahomes, you never want to give him an opportunity where he is going to possess the football last, and look, I mean, you felt confident in our defense that we could hold them to at least minimum a field goal in overtime. But look, when a couple of those running plays, the 4th and 1, getting explosive runs there, look, really tough. I mean, next thing you know, it was 1st and goal, and they go to Hardman there, and it's over, and it just happened so fast. But look, Niners are a resilient group. I mean, when you look at it was a very memorable year for the San Francisco 49ers, and you had a lot of great times, a lot of memories made, and you can't wait for next season as we look forward to next year. And for Brock Purdy, I mean, what a fantastic year. Could have very well won the MVP, put up one of the most incredible passing seasons from a 49ers quarterback in franchise history, and we got to have a front row seat to it all. Very fun year, and you're excited to see what Brock Purdy will do in his second full year starting in the league. And so look, I mean, the countdown is on to next season, and we're already counting down the days, another day closer to the 2024 season. And in a few weeks, free agency will be kicking off, so can't wait for it. If the Niners are going to win, it's going to be with another coach. In my opinion, I really like Kyle Shanahan. I do believe he will win the Super Bowl. I believe he'll be here for several years. The next 5 years or more. I just see that with him and John Lynch, what they have, the partnership is very special, and this team, I think, is going to compete for Super Bowls for years to come. And looking forward to it. And to all the naysayers that want to say that Shanahan can't win the big game, The Niners have had to win a lot of big games to get to this position. The fact that year in and year out they are constantly one of the final teams, in the final four of the championship weekend and then final two of Super Bowl, it shows the consistency. And look, he coached well in this game. This Super Bowl. Look, nothing was on Shanahan in this game. But you just got unfortunately beat by a guy in Mahomes that is going to go down as one of the best to ever do it, and for him to have already added his third Super Bowl win at his young age, I think he's 28 or 29 now. It's just been incredibly remarkable. If Mahomes was to walk away from the game today, he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So to see what he'll continue to get to do for the game, look, it's great for the game, but as an opponent, it's unfortunate in this case when we've now been the undoing in two Super Bowls against Mahomes and the Chiefs. But look, we're going to bounce back. 49ers, the most resilient group in the National Football League. We are looking forward to the 2024 season. Gave that game to them. Kansas City is very lucky. Yeah, I'm with you, Greg. I mean, look, we gave that game to them. There were missed opportunities. You go to the final possession in regulation where, essentially a couple first downs and we can run the clock down to kick a potential game-winning field goal. But on 3rd and 4, the Niners try to pass it. They don't get the first down. And in my opinion, I was telling my dad I think they should run it here because at 3rd and 4, yes, it might be tough to get those 4 yards, but I think the defense is going to expect a pass here. So if you run it with McCaffrey, I feel like you can get this first down on 3rd and 4. Niners ended up passing it there, and they don't get the first down. They kick the field goal, and then, of course, Mahomes ends up driving down the field and gets the field goal to tie it, essentially. But look, the missed point after was costly because, I mean, at the end of the day, the Chiefs would have had to, if they were down by 4 points, or the blocked point after attempt. Yeah, we could have. It would have came down to a with 6 seconds left, a 7 yards, 1 goal down to go, and we could have potentially won it there. And then you go to overtime, the 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 at the 12-yard line, I think it was, inside the red zone. And unfortunately, we don't get Chris Jones blocked, and I just don't know how that happens in that situation. I know that the offensive line rotating guys there as they're blocking in on that play. But Chris Jones gets a straight run at Brock Purdy. That pressure, leads to Purdy passing it out of bounds. And look, you see the play unfold. The defender at the top of the screen falls down, so Ayuk would have been open. Jennings would have probably been open as well. So that could have been a touchdown there. And even then, if Mahomes goes down, gets the touchdown, you're going to possess the football. And then a field goal would win the game. And, you have the football with your offense. So look, it's just so tough to have a game of this magnitude come down to losing it like that. But look, you learn from this. You look, I wouldn't say that Purdy choked in this game. I mean, look, the Niners collectively as a team choked this game. It wasn't on Purdy. There are missed opportunities in this game. Same thing with the other Super Bowls. The Niners had a chance to win those. We could very easily be sitting here atop the NFL with 8 Super Bowl wins. But look, you learn from this, and you don't let this get to you. I think that you can't feed into the narrative of every time we go now we're losing Super Bowls. So we got to put this behind us, get back to work, and look to get back to this position. And once we can win that elusive sixth Lombardi, it's really gonna. I mean, look, it's really gonna make it so much more sweet because of having lost these 3 Super Bowls. So can't wait to get back at it. Appreciate the comments, Greg. Really appreciate the support. When I look at this game, something that was going well in the first half, Niners running the football. Look, the numbers aren't going to jump off the screen, but I think the Niners in the third quarter, you could see on a couple of those 3 and outs that we weren't running the football as much. We passed it a number of times. I think it was like 4 or 5 consecutive passing plays. And I think that in that situation, we allowed the Chiefs defense to settle in a bit. And I think we should have tried to run the football more in that third quarter. Because, look, McCaffrey, I think that, he could have started breaking it open. Didn't have super explosive runs in the game. Had 22 carries for 80 yards, averaging 3.6 yards a carry. During the regular season, he was averaging 5.4 yards a carry. But look, overall, McCaffrey played very well in this game, played well enough for the Niners to win. He had the big touchdown, 8 catches in the receiving game. So look, McCaffrey was big time clutch in this game. And yeah, even still running the football, I think they should have ran it more in the second half. But look, the Chiefs, they were playing more man coverage defense, and look, I think it was kind of hard at times to know what you were going to do there and how you were going to attack this Chiefs defense. The Niners defense in the game, the leading tackler, Fred Warner, the best linebacker in the NFL with 9 tackles in the game, and the young, very talented Jair Brown, only 24 years old, stepped up big time in the game with 7 tackles and 1 interception. That interception to begin the second half, I mean, that was absolutely huge. And had the Niners been able to take advantage of that, put up points there, or get a touchdown, it really could have fueled the momentum, because they had a 7-point lead to begin that second half. And you were feeling good at that point in the game, and just so frustrating. So many, in this Super Bowl, it was just so close, and so many moments that you felt like that we were gonna have this game, and you lose it like that at the very end. It is very tough, but it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it. So really excited to see how this Niners group responds to this adversity, and very confident that we can get back to this stage next season, and can't wait to see how it's going to play out. Ayuk, 3 catches for 49 yards in the game. He will be entering his 5th and final year of his contract. So I think it will be very key to get him extended on a contract extension. It would love to see Brandon Ayuk back here. He is very key, as well as Juwan Jennings, who stepped up very huge in this game. He was one of the most explosive playmakers in this Super Bowl for the 49ers. So with Juwan Jennings being a free agent will be key to get him signed. And look, and a lot of key players that the Niners will look to re-sign. This is not going to be the same team going into next year. 53-man roster. And so, look, you really hurt for this group of players, the older guys, the veterans that have not won a Super Bowl, and to get this close and to come up short, but you look to bounce back in a big way. And this Niners team, the most resilient group in the entire National Football League. So let's get it, Niners. Let's go, Niners. 49ers faithful. We are going to be wrapping up this post-game show here. But before we do, as always, we are going to get to our picks of the game. So would love to hear who you're taking as the player of the game. Excuse me. My player of the game, I'm going with Brock Purdy. He played fantastic in this game for his first Super Bowl. 255 passing yards, completing 23 of his 38 passes, throwing 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and so very key there. He did not turn the football over, took care of the football, played very well in this game, and so you're really excited to see what Brock Purdy is going to do next season in his second full year starting in the league. I mean, his first full year was one of the most just incredible years that you'll ever see in 49ers franchise history at the quarterback position. I think the final number, 4,382 passing yards on the season. The most ever by a 49ers quarterback. So more than Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jeff Garcia, all of those greats, really to be in the same conversation of those guys really puts into magnitude of the kind of year Brock Purdy had. So you're really proud of what he did and what this team was able to accomplish collectively as a group. And they will look to bounce back strong next year. Let's go, 49ers. Can't wait for it. Appreciate the support, everyone. Let's hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for your incredible support. Smashing that like button. This lets the YouTube algorithm know that this 49ers post-game show is important, so YouTube can recommend this 49ers post-game show to as many San Francisco 49ers fans and football fans out there. And to the Kansas City Chiefs fans, congratulations on the Super Bowl 58 win, 25-22 in overtime. It was a great game. There's nothing like having a game come down to the wire like this and to go overtime. This was one of the most exciting Super Bowl finishes to see. And even, look, unfortunately for me and my 49ers, we happen to be on the losing side. But great game, Chiefs fans. Congrats on the Super Bowl win. And our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in Kansas City for the events that unfolded at the parade yesterday. We're thinking of you, everyone. Thank you for your support. If you enjoy these San Francisco 49ers post-game shows, we're going to be back here next season following every 49ers game. So if that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing to the SF Bay Area SportsTalk channel. Thank you so much, everyone. And we also will be here during the off season. We will be doing some live streams during the off season to talk free agency, to preview the 24 season. So look, we're even in the off season. We're going to keep you covered here with 49ers coverage. Appreciate your support, 49ers faithful. The quest for 6 continues. We look to bounce back strong for the 2024 season. It was a very memorable year. Thank you, San Francisco 49ers, and thank you to all the fans out there. Appreciate your support. Take care, everyone. And let's go, San Francisco 49ers.